Hi everybody, welcome. Happy full moon in Virgo and sun in Pisces. Happy to be here. Okay, well, let's jump into the numerology that I do. Okay, so as for today, we have the energy of Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aries, Leo again, and Virgo. So when I say like different numbers, signs, things like that, that's kind of just to kind of like make connections and kind of like just for little noticing themes and like kind of those breadcrumbs, right? The last sign or number in this area, I'll reiterate for everything in the future too, but the last sign is the like culminating number of the day. So Virgo is the ruler of the day today, and life path 6. So anyway, we'll get more into that if you guys are interested. But for today, it's gonna be some things, maybe just deciding, thinking about freedom, transformation. Maybe this is the culmination of the 222 gateway, or maybe this is surrounding work, what you love to spend time doing, and how you build your resources, and what that means to you in terms of being free. And then leading into the moon. So the full moon is going to be tonight, but it's going to be tomorrow morning, right? So it's going to be tonight, just past midnight, about 12:19 a.m. So for tomorrow, the numerology is going to be Taurus, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, Virgo, Libra is the ruler. Life path 29516 and life path 7 is the ruler of tomorrow. So this is going to be thinking of balancing, integrating more in life, what to cut out, what to have more conviction over pursuing, right? And we've been thinking about this a lot. So let's see, what else do we say? Leading into the full moon, things will be coming to a close as far as certain realizations and desires surrounding what's for you. Some actions are going to be immediate and the universe will be there for that, and others are going to, take some time and some patience. Themes of needs or themes of desires during this full moon might include a need or desire to stay center on all levels, self-care / self-love, perseverance in growth through small actions and organizational factors, flowing chakral energy, and an open heart. Okay, so then Mercury retrograde Mercury is direct, but we're still in the shadow period until 3/13. So that's about 2 weeks from now. And this is really fun, in my opinion, because it's actually going to coincide with the full moon that's going to be in Pisces. So we're going from a Virgo Pisces opposition full moon, to a Pisces in Pisces new moon. Yeah, I don't know why I wrote it wrong in my book, but it's the new moon. Okay. Okay, last thing. I think I'm going to start talking about this next week more in depth, just for, timing and not overwhelming everyone, and me included. But we're going to be coming up on another portal, numerological portal. So in March, we're going to have the portal beginning on the 3rd of March. And for those of you who followed along with me this month, that's, that 303 portal. So now, instead of talking about partnership and resource and maybe like intimate settings, we're talking about community. We're talking about finding joy in community, and we're We're talking about finding joy in communication and understanding. Also, the Holy Trinity, something about spirituality, coming to a certain realization as far as that whole realm. So maybe community, spiritual communication, how you would like that to play more in your life now, perhaps. Okay, friendship, lots of friendship themes. So yeah, I'm going to talk about that next week, but we have so much to talk about, so I'm looking forward to that. Okay. So, I almost forget to light the candle. I chose a happiness candle for us this week. The energy. Okay. So, if you are here for a reading, these are the stones to choose from. We have a really beautiful Ametrine tower. So this is looks like amethyst, but it actually has pieces, or the matrix is of amethyst and citrine, which looks like this, right? So we got that energy, that yellow purple energy. We have the beautiful green quartz that I choose pretty often. Got the green quartz. And we have a beautiful black moonstone. You can see a little bit of the color right there, or the reflection type energy. So yeah, black moonstone, very fun. Okay, did I miss anything? I feel like I'm missing something. I don't think so. If you chose Ametrine, this is your reading, group 1. Group 1, what do we need to know for this full moon, Virgo? Ancestors, angels, spirits, guides. What do we need to know for our highest and our best? Okay. This is interesting. Okay, so very interesting what we got here. So I don't know, I'm hesitant to say this, but I think we have a lot of healers in here. We have a lot of spiritualists in here. So these two cards came out right next to each other. So this is something about, maybe we need to integrate spirituality into these dreams that we've been thinking about. Maybe we need to, get back in touch with our spirituality and our spirit and what our spirit wants, and how, our ego and our mind can be in harmony with that. It's unfortunate that a lot of people have the misconception that the mind is like the enemy of the spirit. It's not. It's the toolkit, So we can do that. We can do that with our dreams. Very interesting. Maybe people who you are talking a lot to, maybe you're talking to them a lot, but you're not feeling heard. That would be a good indication to take a step back, right? Even personally, I've been experiencing shifts in my social circles, and whether that's a positive or negative shift is kind of up to the receiver to determine. So find what moderation you want to integrate into how you communicate with your, I want to say inner circle, but then, also people around you. Like, maybe that's a good thought. How many people in my inner circle do I talk to versus how many people in my outer circle or strangers do I talk to? And what's different? What's the same? Very interesting. Maybe it's related to your job as well, I was going to say. Maybe it's related to your job. You are a communicator. You need to have an understanding of how to communicate effectively in order to help people or to perform your service or whatever it is. Hey! And then y'all got, first of all, we got a little, basically like a success. Y'all got 222. So think about the gateway. Think about what you're coming away from that with, it says patience and intuition. And if that doesn't describe some of the most important things you can take away from, your partnerships and, your, even your resources and that intimacy, that relationship, that compromise in different areas of life, I think that speaks to it. But so we have patience and intuition. So maybe this is a realization, maybe related to the gateway, maybe unrelated to the gateway, that you want to work on your intuition more. And that's such a process. And I'm like right there with you in the bus, because like we're going to continue to focus on that and work on that, but it's not going to come as readily as maybe like it might appear to be accessible for other people, And then on the other hand, like we got to recognize how far we've come, like where we're at now in terms of what we're developing and everything, and lots of nature. So this is the trifecta. So I wanted to talk about the 222 because how can we not? But the trifecta was really nature. So maybe that's related to something that you want to do. Your field is in nature. Maybe this is something telling you, let's turn back and let's talk about this world. Let's talk about the the non-human aspects of our world. And nature, nature is so much more spirit than it is material. I mean, just as everything else, right? But take advantage of that and take advantage of that intuition when you're in nature. I think that's really, really beneficial in different ways, and we'll all find our niche. We'll all find like what is our like exact message and share those messages, right? And moderate our communication, right? Teach and learn. It's true. Oh, they said flip. All right, and then we got, oh, okay. I really like this. So congratulations. Y'all have been successful in being disciplined in using your intuition. So this is great. So if we continue with the self-discipline and we continue with this, again, self-discipline is to flow, Pisces season, right? It's to flow with, not to hold control over, right? Control the things that you do have control over, right? And if we remain doing this for ourselves, then you don't even need to worry about it. You don't even have to worry about it. Whatever it is, it'll fall away. And then we got music. So keep making, writing, singing, listening to, dancing with music. It's okay. Okay, so I love that. Let's move on. Let's move on. Heart tarot for these Ametrinists. Okay, so that was a bit, a bit. Okay, so, okay, wow. Sorry, there's kind of a lot. Okay, so first of all, be patient, right? So theme. That's part of intuition, is recognizing that you got to be really patient with the universe, because they're doing things that we don't know how to do, right? We don't know how to, organize people and sometimes, make things work, open opportunities in such a big way, right? And so we got to be patient. And we got to be faithful that, what we're working towards is for us, right? So there is certain things for you in the cards saying opportunity beckons, right? So opportunity beckons is always looking for that opportunity, looking for kind of like that wish, and like, wondering, oh, this is like maybe if not my whole wish, but part of my wish. Why is it, why is this appearing to me at this time, right? So why does this opportunity beckon? And does it have anything to do with strengthening bonds with the people in your life? Or do you think maybe if you strengthen bonds, then opportunities might present themselves in a certain format, maybe related to work? I don't know. But there will always be opportunity, right? Just not always the one that you thought you were going for, right? But it will always be there in some form, right? Okay. So I love this. We got challenging times and win or lose. So we got that double 55. So first of all, there's a lot of change happening. And it's not even that the change is happening. It's that you are the ruler of this change. You are the decider of how this turns out. And that's part of the hard part, right? But look at this. We got challenging times. So this just signifies, it's not like the Temperance card, but, it signifies this kind of like wheel of life type, like up and down, like this challenging time will bring you something, right? This challenging time will bring you something, but it's up to you to determine what it is that it brings. So it could be with a partner, it could be with a friend, and it could be with something, again, like a resource, like just like something that you use, something that you either need to use or choose to use to benefit or just alter your life in a way. So win or lose has to do with compromise. Win or lose has to do with the absence of winning or losing. Win or lose has to do with finding the middle ground, finding the agreement, finding the similarity in perception. And if you feel like you're struggling to find the similarity in perspective and perception, look not at why they should look at your perspective, but why you should acknowledge theirs. That's all I got. And then we have these issues manifesting, or, desires manifesting something, right? This whole awaiting results, patience vibe of like, where's my shit at? And we got a very interesting explanation. So we got observe. So this has everything to do with taking a step back. Observing from the inner witness, right? Observing not the people around you, not the place around you, but yourself and your actions and why you do what you do. Why you do what you do. It could also relate to observing the natural world. As I noticed, there's the summer, fall, winter, and spring women up in the corners. And we got the nature card earlier, so I do see relevance in that. And then we got the move card. So the move is the chariot. So the chariot is like a bicycle, right? So you can't ride a bike if you're not pedaling. So pedal. Pedal first and then worry about the handlebars and where you're going. Pedal because that's going to bring you balance. Make those choices because it's going to bring you balance. Even if, it's a little hard. It's a little bit like ripping off a Band-Aid. The Chariot is all about forward movement. No matter how small or almost insignificant, right? But if you do one by one, just acknowledge it's a new day, right? Just acknowledge that you took a new breath and that whole bit. And simply love. Simply love. There's really no better way to explain it since it's simply love. Don't want to elaborate that, right? Because love is simple, right? It's only the ways we go about trying to express it and trying to distinguish it from other feelings in which things become complicated. But what it is if we remember these things, to simply love, to simply attract, right? Don't think of what you don't have, think of what you do. Don't think of what you don't have, think of what you do. Realize your blessings, not your blocks. Realize your blessings, not your blocks. Because when you realize, you manifest, right? So observe yourself, why you want what you want, while you're going to get there, right? And then, simply love. Simply love. Make sure that you're in love, right? You're not finding this goal desirable because you're in anything other than love, right? So then we can manifest. Then we can finally get to a place where we can bring action to it, right? I think that's good. So, being the full moon is a good time for releasing what no longer serves us. I figured it'd be good to take out the Soul's Journey deck, the emotions. Maybe it won't give us what we need to release, but let's see. Maybe just themes we're working on in terms of the emotional landscape. Guys. Ooh. Okay. All right, let's do some reading. Ooh. Oh, you guys. Take a breath. Chose amethyst for a reason. I accept that everything happens in divine order. I accept that everything happens in divine order. Even my manifestations. Even the things that I think I have control over. And then, oh gosh, you guys, I really respect this spread. I respect, obviously, like all the spreads, but you guys are really going through it, and it's not about healing right now. It is, but it's also not. It's about cultivating. It's about tending your garden, right? And cultivating these things that exist inside you to become something more developed and more realized and more actualized because of growth and because of the person who you're becoming to be and the person who your heart wants you to be, right? In your spirit. So I guess with that, I'll say trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Even if I end up learning a lesson that I didn't really think I needed to learn, right? So patience, trust. Love that. Loneliness. Feeling alone. I know that I'm never alone. I'm pretty sure these are supposed to be your ancestors. I could be wrong about that. But if it is, You know, they're always there. Your mind's always there. And really, there's people that you can reach out to, you know, although that might not be necessary. You know, you're only alone when you isolate yourself on purpose. Hey, if COVID taught us anything. All right, but bottom line is that you know your purpose. I know what I'm here to do. Even if I don't know, like, all the things I'm here to do, I know at least part of it, right? So you can find solace in that, you know, and you can keep that and hold that close to you and question this purpose and question what your heart's telling you, right? And with Pisces season, that's just going to be talking all day long, right? And lastly, courage. I find the inner courage to face fear with confidence. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. That's what courage is. I mean, you know, you don't have to be confident, but the confidence helps, you know? And you have confidence, right? We have confidence. We just forget sometimes how powerful, right? Okay, let's see. Let's move on. Trying to make the first reading a little longer because I noticed that I kind of have a tendency to shorten the first reading just because I'm excited or something. So again, going along with the, well, not really the full moon theme, but we'll look at some archetypes and we'll see what kind of archetypes are at play in our life. Maybe some of them need to be released, and then maybe some of them need to be cultivated right now. Cultivated, that's a big word for this reading, for this today. So let's see for our highest and our best. Okay. Oh, okay, for sure, that's good. So the Fool, which I love because the Fool is a really big archetype, like in spirituality. It represents not only this Fool and Joker, but it represents new beginnings, rebirth, right? Which is like what we are talking about a bit too. Always, right? So, light attribute, fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. Love that. Shadow attributes, using humor to wound rather than liberate. Denial of your emotional truth. You know, you can deny your emotional truth as much as you want, but Pisces season will bring it to us. So, and I happen to think that these people here are pretty open-minded. But then I love that because it says fearlessly reveal your emotion. You know, be that big, be that loud, take up space. Man, whoever needs to hear this, take up your fucking space, man. Seriously. Okay, don't be a fool. All right, scribe. Very interesting. So maybe we have some writers, journalists, poets. We'll see. Or maybe just readers. Preserving knowledge and information. Shadow attribute. Altering facts or plagiarizing others' work. Well, I don't think we do that. Although some of us can become the scribe when we want to convince someone of something, right? And we're just like, no, it's fine, right? So, but you'll know when, right? You'll know when it's something where it's getting out of hand. But rather, I think it's more about the light. I think it's more about preserving knowledge and information, more about finding what knowledge and information you're meant to preserve. Like, we all need to preserve different aspects of humanity, you know, in this way. Like, some people are preserving languages. Some people are preserving dishes. Some people are preserving medicine knowledge. Some people are preserving, like, family knowledge, you know, or like raising children, right? So pretty interesting. You can't do it all, so why bother? Yeah. Pretty sure I told you guys last week. There's a fuck ton of healers in this group. And, right, to become a healer is to heal yourself. It's really the bottom line. To become a healer is heal yourself. If you're not up for healing yourself every single day, that's fucking fine. It's literally fine, you know? But don't forget that you do it better than most. And that's the fucking reality of it, is why this is your discipline, is because that's your dharma, that's your joy, you know? So what's it say? Passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Ability to help transform pain into healing. Love that for you guys. Love that for you guys. And really, really important, actually, now that I think about it. Ability to help transform pain into healing. You gotta do it for yourself first. So, yeah, sorry. Okay, shadow attribute. Taking advantage of those who need help. Failing to care for oneself. That's big. Fill your own cup first, right? Fill your own cup first. Fill your own cup first. Because if everything happens in divine timing, then you'll always have time to fill your own cup, right? Okay. I love this for you guys. This is a really good time to do this in Pisces season. You got the Hermit. So this is about seeking solitude to focus intently on inner life, and serving personal creativity. So like, it's really good to come together. It's really good to go to work and like contribute to something bigger than yourself, you know, but it's really, really, really important to contribute to something just for yourself, you know. And we know this, but noted. And then shadow attribute. Withdraws from society out of fear or negative judgments of others. Refusing to help those in need. So, oh my God, this is big. And this is like, this really is the mark of the healer. Because when you become more aware of what energetically is occurring to people, and that the surface no longer speaks to you in the way that it used to, you get confused and you think like, you know, you gotta develop your connection to the universe, because then once you develop that connection, then it will help guide you better so you can help the people who really need help. And, you know, that's why we say, not healers or anything, but people, that's why they say you can't help someone unless they're ready to help themselves, because that is literally like one of the laws of life, is that if that person's not ready to really truly help themselves, they can help themselves in the little ways. But if you're thinking up here and they're just right here, you cannot do anything for them. Because did that ever work for you? No, you made yourself this part. Like, you made yourself this strong. You made yourself this type of healer, or this type of whatever it is, communicator. Or, you know, love spreader, whatever you guys like, right? But I just want to read this one more time, just for the people in the back. Taking advantage of those who need help, failing to care for oneself, withdraws, refusing to help those in need. Taking advantage of those who need help, failing to care for oneself, refusing to help those in need. Those are all signs that you're out of balance. Those are all signs that as a healer, you're out of balance. And actually, you need to withdraw. You need to step back and you need to ask, why am I doing this, right? Okay, let's move on. This is going to be a fucking long video today, apparently. So that's good. Last full moon. When else would it be, right? Okay, Ayurveda. Let's see. Man, this is like so fun. Let's just, maybe we'll stick with one to focus. Okay, Ayurvedic medicine. Grateful nourishment. Perfect. So everything to do with gratitude. Everything to do with gratitude. Yeah, be grateful for everything that you put in your body, everything that you realize has an effect on your well-being, you know? So, you know, this is thinking about where the vegetables came from, thanking them for, you know, sacrificing their life for you. If it's an animal, like a lot of you guys probably already know, like animals, well, not even sacrifice, but you know, like animal consumption and, you know, thereby sacrifice is so sacred, you know, traditionally, so sacred. And now it's become, you know, we have all this thing. That's for another time. But, you know, bring back that sacredness to yourself, you know, maybe not everyone does that, but you can have a sense of doing that. Or maybe it's even like you've been growing things from your own garden and like acknowledge that. Like actually show gratitude towards yourself for once. Sorry, someone was like, yeah, show gratitude for yourself that you cooked that for yourself, you know? It takes energy and takes time. And it really does take emotion too, you know? Good job, guys. For those of you who are getting more savvy with cooking or whatever it is, being more mindful of what you're putting in your body, proud of you, no matter what form. Okay, and I'm so obsessed with this deck that I had to do it again this week. We're gonna meet another spirit cat. There he is. Cute! Oh my god, so cute. What the heck? Oh, you guys. Okay. Meet Lucy. She is awake even in her dreams. One of her favorite things to do is fly in a lucid dream. It is the most natural, free, and expansive feeling. You can go to outer space, imaginary lands, deep under the sea, to the top of Mount Everest, even through the earth itself, propelled simply by the power of your mind and your will. This little kitty is calling you to embrace that unbound freedom and flight in dreams. What is your wildest dream? Your craziest, most heart-expanding, joy-filled plan A. If you were completely free, what would you do? And obviously, you guys got freedom. So I love that for you guys. I really hope that this resonated and helped anyone, even in the littlest bit. Hit me up if it helped. Hit me up if it didn't. Okay, I love you guys. Moving on. We are so behind schedule, but you know what? I'm getting the hang of it, so it's okay. All right. Chinese green quartz people. Chinese green quartz people. Paging all Chinese green quartz people. Okay. Ancestors, angels, spirit guides, and spirits? Oh, sorry. Spirit guides, ancestors, angels. Spirits, ancestors, angels. Wait, no. Spirit guides, ancestors, angels. Well, this is embarrassing. All the energy around me now, please help us out for our highest and our best. Hey. Damn, you guys. Oh my god, I really like this. So, man. Congratulations. Congratulations. This is really fun. So these ones came. I'm gonna put them together because they all came together. Having trouble figuring it out, but let's see. So you got 999. So something is happening. Something is seriously coming to a close right now. And it's related to compassion. Maybe this is you expanding your compassion for people who you otherwise wouldn't have normally felt compassionate for. Or maybe it could even be you not withdrawing compassion away from people, but realizing the difference between compassion and pity. Maybe that. Hey. And manifestation. So I'm seeing that there's something happening. Okay, so what it is there's something happening because of this change that you've experienced in how you work with compassion, or just your awareness of it, right? And this is going to bring you manifestation. It can bring you manifestation in the form of a rebirth, but it can also bring you manifestation in the form of whatever you want, whatever you are geared towards at this time. But no matter what, rebirth is the theme. So on that, really, truly, congratulations. You've worked hard. And, that, we're just talking together now. So there's going to be a relationship change, and, don't think negatively all of a sudden. Relationship changes almost always, improve. We're almost always improving, really, even the negative things, right? So really cool. Maybe there's a relationship change with one of those things, such as your effort towards something, or your your understanding of compassion or manifestation. Ooh, okay, we gotta get in choppy with it though. Give me one more second with this. Okay, and then we got the theme of nature. So, maybe this is maybe compassion via nature, maybe finding different ways to integrate your energy outside, or something consistent, like walking the dog. One more. Oh! So, have no fear, have only patience. Literally. Let's see, numerology said I'm done. Let's see then. What do we need to know for our highest and our best? Please. Thank you. Ooh. Oh, I love that. Wow. Okay. Oh, wow. Holy fuck. I love this. Sorry. Oh my God. I love this for you guys. God damn it. Okay. Great. I love this. What a good day. Last group is really doing good. Really did their work. The gateway had its effect on us. This group is doing so good. There might be, little tips and things, but you guys, I don't know. I mean, that's a no-brainer, I guess, but I love you guys. Anyway, so opportunities. How do I fucking choose which one? How do I choose? So we're going to listen. For what? You tell me for what. Tell me something important. You tell me for what are you listening? This opportunity. You tell me, what are you looking for? Be more specific. Write, think about everything, right? So I told myself, this is a funny little personal story, actually, kind of very relevant. I had a job. A lot of you guys already know me. I went home to Petaluma, and I lived there for 2 months, and I got a job at a farm store. And I was super duper stoked about it because I'm an environmental studies major, right? So I was like, oh my God, it's biodynamic. Like all the people work outside. Like it was really cool, right? And that's what I had always wanted. And some time passes, and I start really becoming the scapegoat for everyone just because of my attitude. My attitude is, I'm not perfect, but I like to stay chipper, like most of my friends on here, we like to stay positive. And that workplace wasn't appropriate for that. And, you can use your power up until the point where you're wasting it, right? So you can use your power to change that environment and to try to get through to those people in this. But if universe says no, universe says no. And right, no means new opportunity. So I had to listen, and I had to realize, what was it that I asked for? I asked for a job that was outside. I asked for a job where I could learn about agriculture. I asked for a job where I could learn about seasonality. I didn't ask for a job where I had a nice supervisor. I didn't ask for a job where I had good coworkers. I didn't ask for a job where I had, lots of laughs at work or feeling comfortable. And now I know, right, that if I had listened for that at first, I would have known. But instead, since I didn't pick up on that, that became my lesson. And that's the reality. That's the bottom line of it, is what you don't have awareness over is going to become your lesson, and then you'll have awareness over it. So keep track, right? Keep track of everything that you want. Keep track of all your manifestations. It's already come out, right? You've already had this rebirth and manifestation. So now let's do it, right? I love this. So this is the nature card again, right? Nature, nurture, similar but different, but intertwined. Intertwined is the true meaning, because here it's the nurture card. This is the Empress card. So this is the Empress. So the Empress, she isn't just simply the natural world. She's also the caring mother. She's also this kind of like, food in my mouth, all that, right? It's that security. It's that stability. It's that, being cared after, honestly. And that's what the universe does for us. It cares after us in these ways. And it pushes us in the ways that we don't think we're ready to be pushed in, right? But it was right. So find that nurture. Find that nurturing in you. Find that nurturing. What nurtures you, right? Is it time alone right now? Or is it time with friends? Or maybe a little bit of both? Maybe you want to change your diet. Maybe you want to not change your diet, right? And if you don't know what choice to make, it's not time to make a choice yet, right? We always got to remind ourselves that. But embrace it, right? Embrace this nurturing. And also, I'm pretty sure this is the world card, right? So understand how nurturing flows and how best it's able to be embraced and how least best. I don't know. Food for thought. But I love this for you guys. So this is about you, first of all. It's about you. And I say that because, okay, so we got challenging times, right? Last group got this too. Challenging times just means don't get lost in the dark, right? You will come out of this, even if you're not trying to come out of it, you will. That's the message. This is a challenging time. So when I feel like, oh, God damn it, why am I at this low again, right? Why am I here again? Think about your trust and flow. Think about your trust and flow. And this is why it's about you, because you got 0, 1, 0. So while these are both major arcana, which I can't remember right now, unfortunately. Well, this is the Fool, but the 10 I don't remember. I'm sorry. The Capricorn energy. But what they did, what those zeros did is they emphasized the one. And who's the one? You're the one. So when you're feeling like, why am I here? Why am I here? When you're feeling constricted and, closed off, try to flow and try to trust. There's really no better advice than that. That's big, trust. Okay. Well, so they said 2 times for the people in the back. 2 times for the people in the back. All right, let's move forward, I guess. Okay. So, soul's journey, emotion. Okay. Okay, so I really like this. Okay, so really big fear, really big working through your fears. Proud of you. And not really fear, but rather love. This is really beautiful. So first of all, you guys know what you're here to do. I know what I am here to do. That's your purpose. And think about how purpose changes. Purpose is not objective. Purpose is not the end game. Purpose consistently changes. When you die, your body is repurposed. So think about how purpose can change throughout your life. And now all of a sudden, you're not doing the same things you did when you were 7 or 8 or even 12 or even 15 or even 18, God damn it. Because your purpose has been changing. And also, another thing, like, you don't need to make something tangible or like prove your success or like prove your achievement through shit. You learning shit and like reflecting on what your purpose might be, that is your fucking purpose for that moment. You know what I mean? Okay, anyway, you know that. But I love this because we got forgiveness. Forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. And that's that heart chakra, because you guys picked it out. That's that heart chakra. If I'm resenting something, that's blocking the flow of love, right? It's like they take up that same energy path, right? But here's something else. I realize that I'm sorry. Fear. I realize I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Wow. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So love, fear, resentment, they're all interconnected, right? And I'm trying to think of how resentment and fear can connect, only other than, like being fearful over relinquishing that resentment for thinking, acknowledgement and validation is huge. And validation is huge. And if you need acknowledgement over something that hurt you, or you need validation over something that hurt you, you are hereby validated by me, even without knowing what you went through. There's nothing to make it, right, or to make it like fair. But that's because it's not over yet. You haven't heard the end of the story. You haven't written the end of the story, TH, to be honest. Anyway, we acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. We also realize that when we're fearful, that is us testing our resolve to live in the energy of love. And lastly, when we are in denial of something, when we say, no, God, I don't know where you got that, right? But there's no way in hell. When we're in denial, we need to acknowledge our fear and replace it with an insight of awareness. With the insight of awareness, I suppose. So when you're in denial, acknowledge your fear and replace it with awareness. These are big concepts, by the way. Like, that's why I don't really use this deck that often, because it kind of opens a new pathway. I want people to give me feedback on this, but these are really big concepts, and they're not just like, oh yeah, like when I was 21 I learned how to forgive people and now like here I am. No. Like, you're gonna have to learn how to forgive people for other shit. Later down the line, you're gonna have to learn how to forgive your kids and forgive, like people who do, like, your forgiveness is gonna continue to be grown and continue to be tested and continue to be developed and continue to be looked at and examined. So, and that's why we have all of eternity. So take your time. Take your time. Don't miss any spots. Don't rush. Be patient and find your truth. It's only ever your truth, right? Everyone gets one. Doesn't have to line up with anyone's, because you're just as significant as any other truth. Even if a lot of people band together and they disagree, that doesn't make it any less your truth. Okay. Oh, smell some romance, some love, some amore. I'm so extra. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, very interesting. Let's see. I can't make sense of this right now. So we got Don Juan. So spotlights your positive, seductive qualities is the light attribute, right? La la. Shadow attribute is using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas. I don't think I need to say that again. We all know what we're talking about. I don't think it's entirely necessary to talk about the negative attribute, or the shadow attribute, but, I think simply by saying, you don't need to use your power of romantic attraction to get what you want. I almost get this energy of like, don't use your sacral to get what you want, but use your gut. Because your sacral is your emotions and your sensuality, and you can attract with that. Like, holy cow, anyone who's anyone knows you can attract with that, right? But it's a very fluid and receptive center. And I don't know what that would mean for manifestation, but I do know that manifestation is very connected to the willpower center of the solar plex. And that when you activate that solar plex, you don't even need to, coerce people anymore, because, there's a whole different energy. But anyway, spotlight your positive, seductive qualities and stand in that shit, because it's real. It's real. It all has attribute, right? Okay. And then we got lover. So I was teasing you guys. So, light attribute. Great passion and devotion. Unbridled appreciation of someone or something. I love that. It doesn't have to be intimate, honestly, now that I think about it. Shadow attribute. Obsessive passion that harms others. Self-destructive devotion. I feel that. Yeah. So it's all kind of like that energy of like, if you love something, let it go. If you love something, let it go. And if that feels hard, think about it like this. Your parents let you go to school every day when you were a kid. And they know how many pedophiles, live in your neighborhood. They know like how many, what could happen. They know that they don't have control over your life ultimately, right? Until it is in their control, which they've actually mastered that, right? But still they need to let you go every day. And they love you, right? Just because they let you go there, fuck you, Jimmy. I hope you have a shitty day at school, right? No. They said, I hope you have the best day at school. I hope you have fun. Because they know that you're gonna come back, and you're not only gonna need to depend on them, like, yeah, you're gonna need to depend on them. But that's not the same thing as love, And so, forgiveness awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, opens the learning path of forgiveness. So forgiveness again. Forgiveness again. Forgiveness has a lot to do with trust, I guess. We'll talk more. I'm kind of over time right now, so considering. Shadow attributes. Blames all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds. Resists moving on through forgiveness. So, connecting something to, finding resonance in, being understanding of the influence that this childhood wound had an impact on you up until this point. But when you make that realization, it's time to let go, because once you hang on to it, after you realize what impact it's made, that's when it becomes blame. And that's when it becomes like, well, if it wasn't for my dad, if it wasn't for my mom, oh, well, my mom, literally, you're not your mom, right? You're not your dad. So, and we know this, and that's part of forgiveness. That's part of, I really like the energy of, I'm forgiving you in advance for when the time comes, whenever that time may be, that you understand what you've done and you are ready to forgive. I'm sorry, to apologize. So, I forgive you in advance for, towards that time when you'll realize what you've done. Y'all got some energy today. Midas Miser. Light attributes. Entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold. Ooh, word. Delight in sharing life's riches. Shadow attributes. Hoarding money and emotions. Obsessive fear of losing your wealth. I love how they say hoarding emotions. Y'all, if you don't know someone who goes through this, it's so hard to balance, right? Sometimes. But realize the benefits, right? Realize the positives. Realize where you do manage your money properly. And why is that different from the place where you don't, right? I'm gonna move on. Ayurveda. You're the homie for staying here all time. Love you, whoever you are. Hop in the chat. Alrighty, so Ayurvedic medicine. What do we need to know for this upcoming week? Will help us live our best life. Greet the day! I love this. Greet the day. If you have a morning job, or you have the sensation like you need to be somewhere or get somewhere when you wake up, or maybe your partner wakes up before you and you don't, that kind of sets you up to feel like you're behind, right? Well, first of all, let go of that, right? But second of all, take that breath and take that morning. They say in the book it's sacred, right? They say it's sacred in the morning. It's, maybe it's quiet. Maybe the cars haven't come up kind of too much noisy, right? Words. Maybe the cars aren't out yet, like too loud. People who have children in their household, maybe the kids are still sleeping. Mornings become so much more sacred than evenings, right? Things like this. So it's about taking that moment and taking that breath for yourself and saying good morning, basically, to the day and to the universe. And look at how happy this fool is. He's got his hands up. He's literally greeting the sun. And it has to do with the sun, too. I mean, what else does it do for us but then create a whole environment of day? But I love that. Do it in your own way. Maybe some of you guys, maybe I like this. We need to find that balance again, right? Of like, what happened to me reading in the mornings? What happened to me having that cup of chai in the morning just for myself? What happened to me smoking weed in the morning? Let's make that not taboo, okay? Like, yeah, moderation, but like, know when to treat yourself, and that should be every day, at least once, right? Okay, so like I said for the last group, I love this deck so much that I want to do it again in this week. So we're going to meet another spirit cat. Ooh. I love it. This is probably like my favorite card right now. Okay, excitement. Meet Zed. He might not look like your ordinary house cat, but in fact, he is one. He doesn't come from outer space or from far-off land. He lives just around the corner. He is the maker of his own kittyverse. He is constantly recreating himself to mirror the infinite possibilities of his imagination. Today, he is purple and green, but tomorrow he might be made of flowers, and the next day he might have stars for eyes. We're all in a constant state of becoming. We don't need to always stick with the familiar A, B, and C. Sometimes we can reach for Z, and that's imagination. So I love that. Make your imagination your best friend this week. And call in Zed. These are spirit cats, not physical cats. So they can be with you wherever you are. Okay. Green quartz people. That was your reading. I love you guys so much. Man, you guys really got me that one. Please drop anything in the comments. Let me know how I'm doing. Okay, I love you guys. Maybe the candle will stay lit, hopefully, until this last group here. Flash, little flash. Okay. So. Black Moonstoners. Aha! That was funny. Black Moonstoners. That we need to know today. Angels, ancestors, spirits, all these energies help us understand these cards for our highest and our best this upcoming week under the full moon. Wow. Okay. Whatever you say. theme. Okay. All right, that's time for that. Okay. What are they talking about? This is the weirdest spread I've gotten in a while. Okay. All right. So first off the bat, they said love and spiritual career. So y'all have some spiritual careers you're not telling me about. No, for real. Where spirit is, it's where love is, right? So if you found that balance, follow that. Literally follow that. Maybe at times you'll feel like you're doing something just purely out of like your own self-interest, but it's not like that. You're doing something that is literally blazing the trail between you and your guidance so you can better help other people with theirs. Potentially. Very, very interesting. But basically we got like physical activity changing. So change your physical activity a bit. Maybe make it more consistent, I'm hearing. Well, this is interesting, just popped in my head. Physical activity is change, right? So it's kind of like changing that homeostasis of your body, of your circulatory system, of your respiratory systems. I'm thinking, again, just briefly about changing your perception of physical activity and what it means. I think, like a lot of people think like, oh, weightlifting, that's what it is. No, like you can run, you can play a sport, you can, you can flow. I love to flow. But switch it up on yourself. Maybe something you want to do is just like jumping jacks, like 10 times a day or something, or like you'll do like 10, like whenever you hear someone like get some food out of the fridge or something. I don't know, but get creative with it. Because once you get in touch with that creativity, right, that great creation, receptiveness, portal coming up, it's all about creativity. I didn't mention it, but it is. I'm gonna leave that there. And then patience. So like this could be patience just in general. I'm kind of getting that. The fact that patience is orange, I'm wearing an orange shirt and the orange behind me, I'm just like, I don't know. It's just a mood, so y'all know what I'm talking about. All right, so anything else you want to say, numerology? Oh, what they say? Okay, wow, sorry, I'm like having a moment. I fucking called it, you guys. Oh my god. Okay, so creativity, patience. Yeah. Patiently create. Understand that if you're trying to build the best foundation, like you're not gonna get it right on the first time, right? You're gonna get some of it right, most of it even, not all. You know what? Prove me wrong though. Oh boy. Oh my god, you guys. You're too funny. I really love this. And I know who the fuck I'm talking to also. All right. So you're letting these overrun your mind right now. Blue border means mental. So Don't let your fears overrun your life. Like, it's okay to have fears, you know, like, it's natural, and like, it's okay to, like, you know, be concerned over things, like, you know, in order to change them. But again, well, I mean, part of it definitely is what you can't control and what you can, right? So we can't worry over things we can't control. Yeah, and then the other part of it is just believing in yourself. Here's why I say that. Because they said shine. Then they said teach. And we were literally, I'm honestly like appalled right now, because we were literally just talking about this in the last group. And creativity, solar plex, 3, it's just, you guys are gonna do the gateway. I'm telling you now. You guys are gonna do the gateway. And you're gearing up for it now. So let me tell you, when your dark fears come in, you need to realize that you're meant to shine past this. You're meant to, you know, it's almost like kind of put yourself into that discomfort, not the fear. Put yourself into the discomfort, because once the discomfortable becomes comfortable, there won't be any fear anymore. So shine, and you know where to shine. You know where you shine the brightest. Follow that. It's okay to follow the star, right? Because you're meant to be teaching others about this. Like I said earlier, for anyone who's here after an hour, we can't all have the same knowledge. Like, we can, right? Ultimately, right? Wisdom, and like, we can always access whatever we want, hypothetically. But when it comes to passing down knowledge, we are not all going to carry the same knowledge for humanity, literally. Some people are going to be teaching languages, and different people teaching different languages at that, right? Some people are going to be teaching how to have the home. You know, some people are teaching how to take care of kids. Some people are teaching you how to take care of your body and nutrition, etc., right? So you don't have to know it all, but just recognize where you damn straight might as well, you know? So because what's going on is, you don't need to constantly be this person. And yeah, it's related to the spiritual career card, right? It could be related to something else, but that's the one that's screaming in my brain right now. It wants to come through. You don't need to be this person all the time. Far from it, honestly, right? Because the universe doesn't want that. The universe does slow steps, right? Universe is stairway to heaven, right? But if you can learn how to become that person when the time calls for that, that's will, that's power, that's confidence, and that's intuition. You know, you're not supposed to be the perfect person all the time. Just when you can see that, you know, someone needs you, honestly. Well. Damn it. Never a dull moment with you guys, I swear. I was talking to you guys on Snapchat yesterday, I swear to God. Take the lead. You're very good at following. Which is a good thing. That's not a bad thing. That's not meant to be like at all negative. But that's what they say, is that the followers oftentimes make the best leaders. The best followers oftentimes make the best leaders. And also, to lead from behind is sometimes the best way to lead, right? So, shout out Jameson, told me that. Okay. Let's see. Full moon, emotions, emotion. Yeah. Let's see what's going on. Whoa! Yeah. Smacked. Yeah, smack. Okay. Man. All right. Let's call it. Oof. I love this. Oh, this is big. So, it's all big, I guess. Okay, so we got pride. So I love pride, and I'll literally say this every time it comes up. You are not supposed to be without pride. You just can't let it consume you, right? You're supposed to have pride. Think of the lion in their pride. I love myself, and I see myself in everyone. That's pride, right? I love myself, and I see these beautiful, this pack of lions around me. That's pride, right? I love that. And we're learning how to understand, and that might be hard to be like, whoa, look at us lions, because then when you see someone who really, really isn't a lion, and they're just like the more bee lion, right? And and that'll throw you off. But that's part of the testing. That's part of, that expansion of understanding pride and understanding that unconditional love, I guess. Peace. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. Sorry. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. I love this, and I feel like that's more of an affirmation, right, for everyone right now, because it's what you want. You're a being of love, and you can release negative energy whenever you please. Even if you don't know quite how, you can still do it. You'll get there. Indecision. I love this one because, yeah, it throws you off. Just bear with me. Okay, indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. So that's kind of the fun thing, is that indecision makes you think mind, and that's why they say intuition. You guys can find that. You guys can figure that out. Imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. So wow, creativity again. And imagination? I know the last group got it, but okay. So very interesting, very interesting. So yeah, having pride and having respect, having being able to really, I didn't think about it until now. Peace and pride. Just because you can see yourself in them doesn't mean that they're all you. So the other parts, that people can create negative energy. Like, don't get it wrong, right? You can release that negative energy. You don't have to hold negative energy for people, actually. You really shouldn't, right? So just remind yourself of the power that you have in that, for sure. Let's see it, archetype. Whoa. I'm sorry. So I hope everyone's doing well. Let's try this again. That was like a lot. I really shouldn't be on for that long. Now they're all mad. They're like, you should have just said it at first. Okay. See, is that enough? Thank you. I'll put you then. Fine. It's already set. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So, y'all got lover like the last group. Great passion and devotion. Unbridled appreciation of someone or something, which is beautiful. The shadow attribute is obsessive passion that harms others. Self-destructive devotion. Right? So it's always a balance. It's always a balance. And it's going to be balanced differently for different people, which is why kind of part of the reason why it's so confusing sometimes. Because you can't just, you can't just give everyone the same amount. You can. Just let me know how it goes for you. Prince, light attribute, romantic charm and potential for power. I don't know, where's Venus at? Because this is a theme. Okay, shadow attribute, using power for self-aggrandizement. Yeah, okay, so manage your power, right? Manage your power as if a prince would. Princes, they don't have the same qualities as kings. Kings kind of live in a different place than them as far as like rulership. And so I kind of like that energy of like a prince. So it's like we all are kind of like princes right now. We're all young, I know that. So it's like, when this power begins, like, and depending on how you wield that power, and then the universe will give you more power. You know what I mean? So definitely. Then we got I don't usually pull these in pairs, but they kind of flopped out like that, so we'll see. You got mentor and hedonist. So let's see how this goes. Mentor, passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. Shadow attribute, inability to allow the student to move on to the role of master, imparting false instruction. Very interesting. And then for the hedonist, inspires creative energy, creative again, to embrace the good things in life. Celebrates the beauty in yourself. I love that. And yeah. Shadow attributes, pursues pleasure to the detriment of health, indulges at the expense of others. So moderation, right? Moderation and knowing when to move on, I feel like. Oh, wow, this was big. Okay, so oftentimes when it's time to move on to something new and we have fear over that, we can sometimes turn to hedonism to maintain that veil, basically. And then it's only once after you kind of choose to, face it really, that learning comes, and that kind of a role switch, which is why I like that they chose mentor. Interesting. I don't know too much about that, but I definitely feel like something that needed to be said. Ooh, okay, I see you. Okay, so y'all got Queen and Shapeshifter. So these came out as a twin as well. So Queen. I'm so bad at hugging. Okay, radiates the regal feminine. Uses her benevolent authority to protect others. Shadow attributes. Becomes arrogant when authority is challenged. Ooh, feel that. Controlling and demanding. Okay. So uses your benevolent authority to protect others. I love that. That's like, see something, say something. Yeah, that's that energy. Shapeshifter. Skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness. Ooh. Ability to see potential in everything. Which can be hard sometimes, right? Because you just want to see the potential. Where's the kinetic? Sorry. I don't know. Someone needed to hear that. Shadow attribute. Projecting any image that serves your personal agenda in the moment. Yeah, okay. So I feel like the shadows are intertwined. Let's just see for the fun of it. Becomes arrogant when authority is challenged, controlling and demanding for the Queen. Projecting any image that serves your personal agenda in the moment for the Shapeshifter. So it's as if control is similar. It's this need for control. So I mean, y'all know that's when we gotta let go. That's when we gotta, allow universe, right? But anyway, I doubt that that's a huge issue, but rather that there's benevolent authority protecting others that you guys have in your energy field, right? And there's also a skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, which it goes back. It goes back to the spiritual change. It goes back to the spiritual career. It goes back to spirituality. And I'm pretty sure it goes back to forgiveness and living in love, right? So very, very interesting. Very interesting. I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna leave that there. Shit. Oh, someone said. Okay. Okay. So this one wanted to come out because it's just so stubborn. Child divine. Innocence, purity, and redemption. Suggest a special connection with the divine. We've been saying it, you guys. Pick it up when we put it down. Shadow attribute. An inability to defend oneself against negative forces. Okay, so inability to defend oneself against negative forces. I would say that's the child, right? So I would say you have the ability to protect yourself against negative forces. You know, because at this point we know that a negative force is for learning. But I think most importantly, it's trying to re-accentuate your connection, you know, and your ability is so much more capable, right, than you know. Said that a lot recently, so definitely a theme. We're more capable than we know. So Ayurveda. Just gonna get more annoying every time. Sure. Oh, okay. I remember what it is. Okay, so I was like, can't remember, save my life. Okay, so refresh and restore. Really, really weird. Okay, bear with me. It's oil pulling. So this is, I talked about this before too. Put oil in your mouth. You could start with olive oil or I think like sesame oil or coconut oil. Yeah. Put it in your mouth and start wishing it around. And it's supposed to help pull toxins from this, I want to say lymphatic, but I might be wrong. But just, you know, all your saliva glands, all this whole area, you know, if you've brushed your teeth or you haven't, whatever. That's what it's meant to do. And it's meant to whiten your teeth too. Or it's not meant to whiten your teeth. It just happens to also whiten your teeth. Really interesting. Okay, let me know if you guys give that a try. And then we want one more had to come out just because we're so far over. It doesn't even matter right now. I hope y'all enjoy this because I do. Rewards of gratitude. So make that gratitude list. Make it separate, you know. Have it be its own thing. Have it have its own existence kind of thing. And read it to yourself every day if you can. Or say something every day if you can. Like, you know, like thank you body every day if you can. Remember, you know, or if you're willing to make some format to remember that. Gratitude. Gratitude is one of those subtle energy teachers that really, 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 really changes perspective, right? So very interesting. Okay, and again, last time I was saying I really love this deck from last week, so I'm going to use it again, and we're going to meet one more spirit cat to help us on our journey. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm honestly getting tired, so I need to learn how to keep these into a certain time frame. I thought I did good today, but I did very, very not good. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoy the extended reading. Y'all got 2, so I'm just gonna acknowledge it. Flow. Oh, I ruined it. Anyway, meet Zephyr. She is flexible, flowing, and gentle like a light wind. She intuitively responds to the rhythms of the world around her. When a door opens, she just walks through, easy as a breeze. When the door closes, she circles, eddies, and finds a window to slip silently through. She blooms with the spring and knows how to let go with the fall. She is change, and she welcomes change. Her strength comes not through resistance, but through perfect flow, like a river sculpting the rocks, finding and making the space to keep moving. Love that. Really love that. And then next. Oh, so again, if you understand it first, flow, links. I'm sorry, Zephyr. All over the board. See, okay, Zephyr. This is Lynx. So, meet Lynx. She is a sorceress, a shaman, and a witch cat. She is part of you that creates a magical brew of intention and action that results in manifestations beyond your wildest dreams. She can usher in deep healing and revolutionary transformations. Turn inward, connect to the powerful current of your life force, and conduct that energy into creations for the good of all. You have everything you need within you. Don't hold back. The world needs your magic. Claim your place at the table of dreamers and magic makers. Lynx will meet you there. So, happy full moon in Virgo, everybody. I hope that it treats you well. Virgo being the harvest sign, very, earth and energy, somewhat, right? Mutable. And the Pisces dream world, right? Of the illusory, yeah. Mystical, magical, subtle energy world. And finding the balance and the opposition between the two. So I wish you all the best. And thank you so much for sitting through this ridiculously long session. Yeah, I have so much love for you guys. I hope that this reading helps you in whatever way, shape, or form. And with that, I will be wishing you a happy full moon again, and I'll see you guys for the first quarter. Bye.